Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Tool to Play presents Still Got Game with Derek D. Smooth Nolan and Joel Duda Rock Albert.
This episode of Still Got Game is brought to you by Think Geek and the Craft Beer Club. Hey now! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Still Got Game, episode 337. Still Got Game is the official podcast of ToolToPlay.com. I am, as always, Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
I am Joel Duda Rock Albert.
And joining us later from the news desk will be Tiffany Electrify Nolan. Coincidentally, also my wife.
Interesting. Never knew that. It's
I put a disclaimer out
new
there.
Thing I just learned today.
I know, I figured put a disclaimer out there, that way people aren't like, wow, they have the same last name. That's fucked up. Man, I wonder if they're related. So now it's out there on Front Street. That is my wife. That is correct. I am her husband. It's reciprocal that way.
Well, I was gonna say that's generally how it works. She's my wife, but I'm not really her husband. We're working on it. It's like a halfway thing.
Yeah.
Soon.
Yeah, it works really well when it's reciprocal. Yes.
Yes, it usually works the best that way.
All right, Jay. Well, why don't we just jump right into feedback from last week's show? Since we had no show last week while you were moving, people that are watching the video can see you have a different room behind you. This is a new abode. So hopefully this is a studio-friendly abode, and green screens will start coming up, and your production value will start increasing exponentially. I could hope.
I hope better be. I'm looking to actually invest more in my video experience too. So
Nice. That'll be good.
yeah, hopefully we'll go up.
All right. Well, we'll just jump right into feedback from last week's show. Remember, if you want to leave us a voicemail, it will cut you off after a minute. Rich2918 comments. New to your show, but it's right up my alley. Thank you. You're welcome.
It's one of them short and sweets.
Yeah.
My
Not the
favorite.
shortest and sweetest. Like last week we had the shortest ever.
Yes.
But yeah, this is pretty short and sweet. And we're glad to be right up your alley, Rich 2918 or 2918 or 2918 or the numbers, they get too big. Like, I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know.
2918. Yeah, I don't know.
It's not like he was born in February 9th, 1918.
Yeah,
like
I have
that's
like a thing against this. I'm already gonna like totally have to make sure this guy doesn't watch the show ever again. I hate it when it's the dude's first name and then a bunch of numbers. Like, I get that people have taken. There's a lot of riches
you
out.
really have. You put it out there on Front Street. You're like, listen, fuck you, and here it comes.
Well, it's like, look, there's a lot of riches in the world. We get that, right? Like, your name's taken, bro. It's over. You got to move on. Something else. You got to pick something else. Can't be like Sniper 5682 Elite whatever. As soon as you pick your name, that's your name. You got to pick something interesting with no numbers at the end of it. It's just weird. I don't know. I'm not a fan. Even when they do the birth date, then I feel like you're just giving too much of yourself out to the internet as well. I feel like that's also weird.
That's true. That's like, might as well hack my credit card.
Right. Like, here's my name plus my soch at gmail.com.
Yeah,
like, it's
I put my social security number at the end of my gamer tag, and nobody had that taken. Yeah, I wonder why. Yes.
But anyway, I'm glad you watch a show. I'm glad this is the first and last time you're ever going to watch a show.
Yes. Thank you for joining us, Rich, and we'll miss you.
Yeah, it was good. It was good while it lasted.
All right. Floss Monster comments. I really enjoyed hearing what you thought about PAX East last episode. I still have never made it to a PAX, but it was nice to live vicariously through you. We try. We do take shows seriously, and we try to put all what we see in shows out on our show.
I have to say, I feel like, one would expect us to go to these shows and actually not do anything. And in fact, I don't think if it was for TIFF in the later years, especially to force us to do stuff, we probably would do less. But you're pretty on the ball too.
I think with E3, I'm always on the ball.
With E3, you're like a Nazi. Yeah.
PAX is usually the show where I used to relax and not do a lot, and now I do.
Right, which I understand. It's in your home turf. I wouldn't,
Yeah, but now this year I had appointments and everything. Like I like to relax during PAX, but it is what it is. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta go the extra.
Maybe it's because you missed E3, and so you're making up for it in PAX.
Yes.
Like you're like going hard. I get that. I get that.
Yeah. And E3 is coming up soon. I had to get back in practice for it, so. I'm excited. I already got my Microsoft press conference invites for Tiff and I, so yeah, it'll be good.
What about your Sony ones?
No Sony ones yet, but I know. It's difficult.
I know, it's hard.
All right, and Pixie comments. I always look forward to your PAX and E3 recap shows. So much information packed into those. So much information packed into the show those weeks. Thanks. All right. Besides the weird sentence structure, that is a good point you made, Pixie.
Yeah, sometimes people don't like them because they're super, super long, but I think they're nice because you can listen to like portions of them and then like get your info. Like it's like a 2-day thing usually. Yes. E3 obviously being a lot longer because there's multiple days to cover.
Yeah, we've had 3-hour episodes for our E3 shows. Yes.
Yeah, that's quite an investment of time, but I think it's worth it because you kind of get the perspective of like being at. We try to make it so it's not just here's what we saw at the show, but actually like what went on at the show, like our perspective of being able to go to a show, going to each meeting, going to each party. It's a little bit of an insider thing, which I think is really cool. You don't hear a lot of that. It's not just like reporting about a video game. That's part of it. It's a very small.
We even do it in chronological order, so you can literally live the show through us. Yes.
That's why it takes 3 hours because it's essentially 4 days crammed somehow into 3 hours of time.
Yeah. But yeah, we try, and look forward to because we will have plenty of information then, and hopefully you liked our PAX show, as I'm assuming you did. Otherwise, you wouldn't have commented on it. But
right, you'd be like, the PAX show sucked ass, by the way. That'd be your comment.
Yeah, that could happen. We were rushed during the PAX show. For anyone that was unaware why we seemed to be haphazardly jumping, constantly in the outline during the show, Jay was like, I only have 10 minutes left and I have to go. I am down to 5. So we started really breezing over stuff. But rest assured, when we come to E3 show, everybody here is committed to, if it takes 3 hours, we're going to be 3 hours. Yes. So don't worry. Now,
It'll be weird from my perspective.
No, but she's in.
Well, I was going to say it's going to be weird because generally it's me and Derek doing a lot of talking because I was there. Yes. I'm wondering how this will go as a show because I'm not going to say anything. It's going to be like you and Tiff, really. I mean, what am I going to say? I'm just going to be like, yeah, that happened because you said it did. And then that's it.
Tiff talks a lot less. This is going to be a weird year. So we'll have to see
prep it, man. She's going to prep herself. That's going to be...
A whole week before, Tiff and I are just going to have to do nonstop talking sessions. Like, all right, we're talking for 3 hours straight. Go.
You're going to get a subject in the dictionary or something. Yep. Just pick a word and be like, I need you to talk about this for like 40 minutes each clip.
Yep.
That's what she's got to do.
Let's do it.
That's what she's got to do.
So, yeah, but look forward to that show coming in June. All right, if any of awesome feedback like this, give us a call, 773-527-2961, or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. In site-related news, as always, we got nothing for you. So we're just going to ease right over that, and we're going to hop into what we're playing. Joel, Dude, I Rock, Albert. After your move, what have you been playing this week?
Right, so not a lot of gaming time, obviously, because I've moved most of the week, and I didn't get my internet until a couple days ago. But I did get in time to start playing the Overwatch beta, which I had played previously. Couple updates to it were pretty nice. Overall, I think it's a good game. It's my mini review for you guys out there. I think it's a good game. I don't think it's going to be the game that changes your life. In fact, I would love it if the game was like a $30 game. I think it falls right in that price range because it's a very good game. Very, very good game. But it's not a long-lasting game. I think it took the time for me to play with other people before I was playing the beta by myself. But now that I've had time to play with friends and do team stuff, it's a good game. Is it an amazing game? I don't know. I don't think so. It's a good game, though. What about you? What are you playing?
Well, I did my Destiny necessities during the week. And then I, too, have been playing the Overwatch beta. And this is now... I've seen this game transform over the years. So first saw this 2 years ago at PAX East when it was still a MOBA. And there were still minions and all that stupid shit. That all got yanked out. No longer a MOBA. We saw it this year at PAX East, which is a build that is actually ahead of where this beta is, which is weird. But they were explaining that at the time that was their latest code base and the betas were locked in this other code base. But I think the game's great. I think having 21 different unique classes to play with, whether you're playing alone or with friends, I think the game really can play to your play style. So if you're the kind of person that likes to really coordinate with your friends, well, it's great with friends. If you're the kind of guy that's a lone wolf, you can be a lone wolf. If you're the kind of guy that likes to be a sniper, you can be a sniper. You're the kind of guy that likes to be a healer, you can be a healer. Like, there's so many options in here. Tiff and I pre-ordered this game on, obviously, Xbox One, because that's where most of our friends will be playing. I think it's a value at $60. I think it's...
You think it's a value?
Yeah, I can see right now, the way my gaming works right now is I go into Destiny, I do my weekly stuff, and then after that I need something to fill the other nights. And I can see this as just a fun, mindless thing that you can fill the other nights with.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's a 40-minute clip game, I think is what I've been saying even in chat. I think like playing any more than that and things start to get stale pretty quickly, but that doesn't mean it's a bad game. I mean, that's the thing is we live in a day and age with video games now where if there isn't something to do outside of the core mechanic, games feel a little stale, at least to me. This is my perspective. And like, it is literally just a shooter. There is nothing else there. That's not a bad thing, but nowadays when you buy a video game, they have the potential to last a very long period of time because there's so much depth. And, you know, they love to inject RPG goodness into everything now. This game does not really have that aspect of building your character to an ultimate thing or gaining ability to doing it. It is literally you log in, you shoot people in the face, and then you log out. And that is a good thing for, I think, what Derek's saying right now, which is it's a good sort of middle of the pack when you're playing a really long type of game that you're waiting for content to be released, or maybe you're waiting for a specific game to be released. It's a great filler game. I think it fills that gap amazingly well. But substance-wise, just so all of our listeners and viewers know, I mean, it's a shooter, and that's it. I don't put too much other stock into it outside.
Well, and in defense of that, for the longest time, that's all we ever wanted. Like,
this is very true.
When we played Quake, when we played Quake Arena, when we played Unreal Tournament, when we played even the early Halos, that's all we wanted was something to go in and play the same shooter all night long. Level didn't matter. Now, in Halo, there was a level, but it was only for when you match made, and it was for snootiness. But it wasn't really an RPG aspect. It was just, I want to go shoot shit in the face all night and have a good time. And here, not only you shoot shit in the face all night and have a good time, but you can be like, okay, well, I played enough as Genji. I'm going to go play as, now I want to be someone that has a big fucking hammer and run around with that. Or I want to be a guy that has dual wield shotguns. Or like, there's so many different variations that this game, you like, if you get sick of playing your class, there's 20 other fucking classes.
Yeah, I mean, there's I think it's the best thing that I would suggest anyone and I bought the game too, but I bought it on PC. But I would suggest that anyone does buy the game, there is a hero randomizer matchmaking. You should just do that right away. Your whole core gameplay should be getting into the game, play the randomizer. You know, every time you die, you get a new hero, which is nice because you start to get a feel for the entire game. My only problem is that once you do all those heroes, for some reason, we were able to play Halo for 9 hours at a clip every night.
Oh, every night.
Because the way gaming has evolved in the last decade, that's just, to me, again, opinion-wise, no longer a possibility. I get bored very, very fast. My attention span is like gnat level at this point. So once I've done all those heroes and I've shot all the faces, you know, it's like 40, 50 minutes at a clip, and then I'm kind of out. But that's not to say it's not a great game. The core of the game is one of the best FPSs I've played it's better than Halo, in my opinion, the new Halo, because it's so new and different. Yeah. So from that perspective, I don't play Halo 5 at all for that very reason, because it's so shallow now. But this game at least has depth where, if it's a mid-level type game where you're looking for something else to come out, you want some more meat, this is a great game to play in between those games. Yeah. So.
And their objective modes, different and fun, not things you're usually used to. So, I'm a big fan. So we're obviously getting on Xbox One. So anyone that wants to pick it up on Xbox One, we'll fucking play with you.
Hit me up on the PC.
Yeah.
The four of you.
Or Jay can also pick it up on Xbox One.
Nah, it's okay.
It might happen.
If it was $30, I'd buy it for both. But it's $60. Yeah. It's like, it's not worth that amount of money for me. So
no, understand.
It's gonna be a one-time buy.
All right. Well, on that, why don't we hop on over into the new releases? It's a light week of new releases, but these are some big name new releases. So the first new release out this week is a multi-platform release, and it is Doom, and this is out for the Xbox One, the PS4, and the PC. After a long hiatus, id's premier franchise is finally back. The game looks fantastic and brings back all your classical enemies and weapons from the original Doom, but obviously looking a fuck of a lot better. It features a robust single-player campaign that they're estimating to last 13 to 14 hours, which is, as far as campaigns go, that's a decent-sized campaign for a shooter, since the Halos usually weigh in around 6 to 8. It also includes a reimagined multiplayer mode, including several new game types. So one of those is the one where you pick up that fucking pentagram and you summon the beast, and he comes out and kicks ass. Despite people complaining, like, ironically, this game plays super fast and like more like an Unreal Tournament speed than a Halo speed, because Halo's like, oh, you're running underwater. It's me, I'm playing Halo. But people are saying it's too Halo-like. That's the big complaint about this. But, I don't see it. I think the game's still going to do really well. There's no early review scores out yet, but I've played the multiplayer. It's a blast, and I've always loved the Doom single player. And actually hidden within the Doom single player are these hidden rooms that you can find that take you to the original Doom game. So
yeah, I saw that. It's pretty cool. Yeah. That's just, it's not. I mean, you're not going to buy it though, are you? Are you a buyer?
I don't know, because now we got Overwatch coming. So this might be one of those things that I just pick up at some point in the future when there's a price drop, and you're like, I could use another shooter to fill my time, and I may pick this up just because even just for the campaign, I'd love to go through a Doom campaign again because those were so fun.
Now, I feel like you're never going to pick up this game, or if you do, it's going to be like $10 because I've said it before. I think we probably disagree, but I just think the game looks like shit. And I think it's kind of doing a disservice to Doom. But again, if you're looking for that nostalgia for like 10, 15 minutes at a time and you really want to take $60 and set it on fire, go ahead and buy the game. But to me, it looks really shallow. It looks unimaginative. I can't get by.
Well, that's what Doom was. If you think of it, that's what all Doom was. It was shallow and unimaginative. You couldn't even tilt up and down. It was a XY plane shooter. Yes. No. All right. The other new release out this week is out for the PS4, and it's Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. Naughty Dog goes out in style with the fourth and final game in the Uncharted series. The game set 3 years after the events of Uncharted 3. In addition to the huge single-player campaign, the game also features a slew of multiplayer modes. And for that single-player campaign, the size of the world in this game is 10 times the size of the Uncharted 3 world. So if that gives you a perspective on how big this game is. The game looks fucking stunning. It's been getting amazing review scores in the mid to high 9s. So, you can't go wrong with this. I loved the Uncharted games that I played. I haven't been back to one since Uncharted 3. Yeah, I didn't pick up Uncharted 3. So I played the first two. Love them. I'd love to get back into this. Playing all these games in a row would be, to follow that storyline through would be nice. But Naughty Dog really does a fantastic job with this.
Yeah, it's actually the first time a definite buy for me. I really want to play it. I'm in a space now where I don't have a lot of games that I want to play. Waiting for a content patch for The Division, so I've got plenty of time. Definitely picking this up. Finally going to be using my PS4 for something other than a coaster for my beer, which is nice because it literally sits there and does nothing. Mm-hmm. I can't wait to update my PS4 and see the 45 minutes worth of downloads I need to update this beast from the original OS when I booted it up 29 months ago. But it'll be cool, man. It's like I've always wanted to play. I've never bought any of the Uncharteds, but always loved the way they looked and the way they appeared to play. So for me, it's like a better version of a Lara Croft game, which I love that too. So I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to cap it off the series all the way at the end. I'm not going to play any of the older ones. I just want to play this and see how good it is. Nice. I'm hoping it's good, but it really does look great. So I'm actually excited to play it.
It's phenomenal. For a third-person action adventure game, it's got so much platforming in it that it scratches all of your itches. You're like, oh, I want a shooter, but I also want, that old school platformer feel. I want to do some button puzzles and, step here and do this. And I want to jump and I want to do some parkour type stuff. And I want to scale walls and climb across a cliff face. And it kind of covers all of those. So I really would like to pick this up too at some point because I really love the Uncharted games. But
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Now you're not picking it up day one, right? You've got a lot of games right now that you're still playing.
Yeah, I got enough stuff on the plate right now, so it's not gonna be a day one for me. And really, when I think of Uncharted, I know since the second one they started adding the multiplayer, but I've actually never played an Uncharted multiplayer. No, I take that back. I played the Uncharted 3 multiplayer beta, but that's not what Uncharted is to me. It's this nice, rich story mode that has all platforming to it. So
yeah, I don't care about.
So even if I pick it up later and no one's playing the multiplayer anymore, I don't care because all I really want to play is the story. So
and I saw I remember looking at the beta for it and seeing how it played as a multiplayer. It is not even my type of multiplayer game. I would never buy it for that reason. Normally I do, but this is one of the first games where I'm just no, I just want to play the story and see how it is, and then be done with it.
Nice.
So yeah, looks great.
Nothing wrong with that. Yep, looks good. All right. Well, on that, why don't we hop on over to the news desk and say hi to Tiff. What's going on, Tiff?
Hey, guys. What's going on?
You ready to do some news tonight?
I'm ready to do some news. Hey, I just wanted everyone to know that I'm Derek D. Smooth Nolan's wife.
Oh, it's been confirmed then.
This is confirmed. I'm
because we didn't know
confirming.
for sure.
Yes.
We could have been lying.
Yes,
Yes,
since he introduced this at the beginning of the show, I just wanted to make sure that I did confirm that we were married.
Okay, yes, we are. And
Sorry.
Bi-directionally married, yes. Yes. All right, well, you want to hop in some news, Tiff?
Sure, let's do it.
First story.
Call of Duty trailer racks up record dislikes. Activision unfazed. And this comes from Gamasutra. Since being unveiled last week, the trailer for Call of Duty Infinite Warfare has been disliked by hundreds of thousands of viewers, with many YouTube commenters taking issue with the franchise's continued push towards the future and the incorporation of sci-fi elements. In fact, according to a playlist that keeps tabs on the most disliked uploads, the Infinite Warfare trailer is currently the most disliked game-related video of all time, having racked up 466,000 dislikes and only 200,000 likes out of 9.2 million total views. It's not the ideal start for the latest installment in Activision's annual series, but the company isn't outwardly concerned, pointing to the success of Black Ops 2, which at the time had the most dislikes of any reveal trailer it had uploaded, as evidence that opinions are rarely set in stone. This is an industry like no other, and a fan base like no other, and we love that our fans treat this franchise like it's their own, and we have such strong points of view about it, said Activision Publishing CEO Eric Hirschberg, responding to an analyst question as part of a quarterly earnings call. The fact is, while it's still very early, pre-orders are off to a very strong start, Hirschberg said. Views of the reveal trailer that you referred to are up, and, in fact, the number of likes per view on the Infinite Warfare reveal trailer are also the highest we've ever seen. We've seen this in the franchise before. The reveal trailer for Black Ops 2, which took the franchise into the future for the first time, had the most dislikes of any reveal trailer we had ever made at that time. And that, of course, went on to become our most successful game ever. Can I just say it's really hard to say Infinite Warfare? I want to call it like Infinity Warfare.
Infinity Warfare. Totally,
Yes.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I always read that as
Infinity
Infinity.
Ward name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Infinite Warfare, Infinity War.
All right, so what do you guys think of this? Like, they just don't give a shit, right?
Yeah, and they're right, too. Like, this is the internet is a terrible place.
It's a fickle bitch.
It's a fickle, evil bitch, and it never means anything. And that's the one thing I have to agree with them 100%. Everyone's going to buy this game. All these Call of Duty people that still like Call of Duty for whatever fucked up reason, they're still going to sell millions of copies. I don't disagree with their stance at all. I will agree that I don't give a shit about Call of Duty. I'm that guy. I would dislike it if I could, but I don't have enough time in my life to care to actually press the button. But that doesn't mean that millions of fans won't like it. The difference here is that people on the internet don't go out of their way to say nice things. That's like a big deal. When someone likes something or gives a good comment, that is the most rare thing on the internet. It is so much easier to be like, fuck you, and I fucked your mom, and down like, because it's just, that's what the internet's built for. It's to be a dick. So like seeing all these dislikes is like, yeah, that's pretty normal. I mean, the franchise is old as shit. They've rehashed shit time and time again. Most people, like myself, don't give a shit about Call of Duty, but that doesn't mean that there isn't a whole generation of people that will absolutely flip their shit for this version of Call of Duty. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. So it's no big deal, right?
But you can see why people feel like Call of Duty is going the wrong direction. They keep pushing into the future. They pushed last time where they basically copied everything from Titanfall, and you were like, oh, it's Titanfall. And now they've taken parts of Titanfall, part of Star Wars. They've taken parts of
Halo,
Destiny,
Star Wars,
Halo. Everything is in there.
They're just mushing it together.
They're just like, all right, let's take everything that everybody else did that beat us and put it all in our game. And for traditional Call of Duty fans that were like, yeah, let's play a fucking World War II shooter where I just run around and take my one-shot headshots all the time, it's not the game that they liked. And you can see why those guys would be pissed. Now, those guys are fanboy bitches, and they're going to buy it anyway. They're just
exactly. Yes, the same guys that are – I totally stand by that. The same guys that are disliking this will go out and buy it anyway.
They've already pre-ordered.
That's the reality. It's pre-ordered, right? They're
balls
like,
deep.
They're
like,
sold in the monthly
so
pack, the
stupid.
DLC,
Pre-ordered.
season pass. It's all there. The elite version. They just want to show their internet EPing for like 10 seconds out of a day to feel like they've done something funny or constructive on the internet, and it will get them nowhere, and they'll still buy the game. The biggest thing with this trailer, and I think what really caused the dislikes more than anything, is you've got a game that's going one direction, which I agree is terrible. I think the old Call of Duties were some of the best games I've ever played. I still, to this day, think Call of Duty 2 and 3 were like the best Call of Duties ever made. But, and Modern War.
Modern Warfare 2 was pretty
Yeah,
good.
and the thing about this is you're getting, if you spend the $80, you get Modern Warfare reimagined with this game. Now, here's what's so crazy. I don't give a shit about this game, but I will more than likely spend $80 to get the rehashed version of the old game because I loved it. And that's why they're brilliant. And that's what's making people even more upset.
Yeah, because you can't buy it separately.
Right, because you can't get the game that you actually want to play. You got to get the shitty game, and then you get the game you want. And that's what's making people, I think, even more volatile than they normally would be with a game like this. Because everyone wants to play Modern Warfare Remastered. I think everyone wants at least a chance to go back in time and play a game that they loved. But it's almost like they're at a point now in the series where in order to get you to buy the game, they've got to put in the old game, be like, just buy this, get it.
You might not be in this future thing, but
You
remember that
might
thing you liked?
Try the other game. That's really shitty. I mean, I should be able to buy the remastered copy for $30 on Xbox Live. I feel like that's not a bad deal.
Yeah, that should be a price.
Right, but instead I'm paying $20 extra, which is cheaper, for the $60 game that I don't give a shit about as the add-on. It's weird that the add-on is the full game, and the thing I want is not. So
it's fucked up.
For that, I get it, and I understand the hatred, but I probably will buy Modern War because I loved the fuck out of Modern War. So
that game was so good.
Yeah, so it's a weird feeling. It's like, I agree with them. It's going in a terrible direction, so I don't ever buy Call of Duty games. I never pre-order them anymore. I didn't buy anything before Black Ops, I think, the original. Yep. Hated that too, and that's why I stopped. But I also kind of want to play this remastered version.
Oh, that's the only part of this I want to play.
It's kind of sad, but yeah, I do.
Yeah. All right, agreed. Next story.
Overwatch beta extended by 24 hours, and this comes from VG247. Overwatch beta players are invited to continue with Blizzard's team-based hero shooter for a further 24 hours past the original deadline. The test will remain open on PC, PS4, and Xbox One through 10 a.m. Pacific, May 10th. Over the last week, we've also had the opportunity to listen to your thoughts and opinions on the game, make improvements based on your reports in these very forums, and collect invaluable data just from you playing normally, Blizzard wrote in a Battle.net post. We couldn't be more grateful. So as a small way of saying thank you to our community and the millions of players who've logged in so far, we will be extending the open beta by 1 day on all platforms. He goes on to say, he doesn't go on to say, scratch that. It's really worth jumping in and having a go because you're getting a primer on launch day. Blizzard has confirmed that what you see in the Overwatch beta is the full launch day content, with more to come over the next few months. So what do you guys think of this? Is Blizzard taking care of the community here?
Oh, bonus day.
I got to say, the bonus day is awesome. And again, I might not be super keen on the game, but Blizzard is still one of the, in terms of listening to fans and doing what I think that they want to do, and especially on Overwatch, because I've actually been watching Overwatch for a very long time. They've made changes to this game where they have literally, like Derek said, cut out entire sections and remastered and redone tons of characters, rebuilt things, tooled them. They do listen pretty intently, in fact. When they feel like the community is going in a direction, they take note of that. And especially with new games, World of Warcraft obviously being a different game just because it's been a decade. It's got its own gig now. They don't necessarily listen or make changes. But newer games like this, they've been really proactive about trying to change things. We all saw it with D3.
Started as a MOBA.
Right. And we're seeing it with this. So I got to give them credit. I always got to give them credit. They're going down the right path with their gamers and listening to the community. It can only create positives for the game. So it's good. They've got a great team at Overwatch, a great team.
So once our show's over tonight, everybody better get your time in playing. It ends tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific, so you can play until 1 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. That's almost a half day tomorrow.
It's like
so you get all tonight and half a day tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to play definitely tonight as well. So I'll be on sending it off because I know it's not coming out till the end of May. So I'll get my game on before the end of the night tonight.
Me too.
So yeah, good shit, man. I'm glad
Good
they're doing
stuff.
it.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Kudos, Blizzard. Kudos. All right, next story.
Battlefield 1 beta announced. Here's how to get in early, and this comes from GameSpot. A beta for Battlefield 1 is on the way sometime later this year, Electronic Arts has confirmed. Although the beta test wasn't mentioned during the reveal event, it is referenced in the press release about Battlefield 1's announcement. By registering as a Battlefield Insider for free, you'll be able to get into the beta early. You can sign up as an insider on the official Battlefield website. When you do so, the only perks are said to be in-game rewards, exclusive content, and sneak peeks at news about Battlefield, as well as details on other EA games. The press release mentions all of this, but also states insiders get early access to the Battlefield 1 public beta. So far, no other details regarding the beta have been shared, including when it might start. The game launches on October 21st. How big this early access window might be, or what it might even include. We'll have more details as they're announced. So, what do you guys think of this? Are you excited about this beta?
I am so excited for this game.
This is the exact opposite
This is the opposite of Call of Duty.
Yes,
Yeah, in every way.
Call of Duty's like, push forward, the future, everything. Just copy everybody's shit, push it to the future. They're like, let's dial it back to World War I, bitches. Like,
I've been waiting for a World War I game.
We talked about this like almost a year ago. We were saying like World War II's overplayed. Let's go back. Let's go back to.
That's what everyone has wanted, and I think they've been afraid because the market trends are obviously futurized, and I get that. But it's like I saw it in chat. I think Selden said it in chat too. Like it's almost like they need to put away Call of Duty for like 5 years and then come back out and start at World War I or World War II. At least they're starting to take notice, and we're getting a World War I game. I'm hoping people buy this game just because I hope that they understand there is a need for these World War I and World War II games. That's what really started this series. That's what got people like even old Battlefield, man. Playing that on the PC, I wasted so many hours. The 64 player battles were one of the greatest things in PC history for me. Yep. Huge, epic battles, flying planes, 64 people was just the shit. I hope the game is good. I am very weary of what DICE has done in the past when it's come to launching Battlefield games. They've never gone very well.
They've all gone bad, yeah.
Historically speaking, some of the worst launches you'll ever see in a video game. But I'm hoping they've got their shit together because this game, to me, is just a hype sandwich. So I won't pre-order because I no longer pre-order anymore. It's sort of a thing with me now. But I am excited to get in.
I signed up to be an insider to get my.
I have not signed up yet to be an insider. I probably will. But yeah, no pre-orders for me. But it looks to be amazing. I'm hoping it is. It is what I've asked for in a shooter. I just hope they deliver.
No, I'm glad they're making a move in this direction because it's one, giving people what they want, and two, bucking against the current trends. And that's a tough thing to do when everybody's like, oh, it's all the future. Let's go futuristic and sci-fi. And they're like, you know what? This is what people want. Let's give it to them. And it's a balls out move. It takes some scrote to do that. So kudos. All right. Next story.
We're on to this week's What the Fuck story. Amazon stopped selling certain AAA games to non-Prime customers, and this comes from Gamasutra. Retail giant Amazon is no longer selling certain high-profile video games to customers who aren't paying Amazon Prime members. As picked up by Video Gamer, a number of notable releases, such as the PS4 versions of GTA 5 and FIFA 16, currently can be purchased directly from Amazon without Prime. Amazon has a history of temporarily or permanently preventing non-Prime members from buying certain items, though this latest spate is notable both because of the high profile of these games and the fact that different games are being blocked in the UK versus the US. For now, non-Prime members attempting to buy affected titles will be informed their item is reserved for Prime members, before being told to either try the $100 per year subscription service or purchase the game from a third-party seller. Other titles locked behind the Prime wall include Battlefield Hardline and Assassin's Creed Syndicate. When questioned about the change by Video Gamer, Amazon gave an abrupt response. One of the many benefits of Amazon Prime is access to exclusive selection on a number of great products, said the company. Customers who are not Prime members can sign up for a 30-day free trial of Amazon Prime, or they can purchase those items from a marketplace seller. So what do you guys think of this? Are they trying some new subscription model here?
They just want to It's kind of fucked up, but I get it. So like, one of the biggest things, if you pay attention to Amazon or how they've been doing in the marketplace right now, they've had one of the best years in their existence. They blew the shit out of their projected revenue for this year. I mean, their stock prices went soaring. A part of that reason is because they've got so many Prime members now. And it's a great initiative for them to offer incentives and give you a reason to become a Prime member. And I will say this about Amazon. Becoming a Prime member, and I don't work for them, but becoming a Prime member with Amazon is one of the best things I've ever done.
Oh, yeah.
So
before Tiff and I got married, we were both individual Prime members, and then we obviously familyized it. But it seemed like the greatest deal. Like, if you do most of your shopping on Amazon, which most people do, it's a no-brainer. Get your free 2-day shipping, and you're gonna, over the year, you're gonna spend a lot less on that membership than you would to pay for shipping. Now,
right.
What makes this story weird, though, is that the value adds of Prime have always been like Prime Video or this or that. It's always been an additive thing. This is one of the weird ones where they're like, we're not even going to sell you this item. This is something that we're a store. Like, imagine if you went to the grocery store and if you weren't part of the rewards program, you couldn't buy steaks. You're like, no, you can buy chicken, but not steaks. Sorry. Steaks are only for people that have our Stop and Shop card or Shaw's card or whatever your grocery store is. So that part makes this a little weird. Because they're not adding value. They're taking something away that's normally something you assume. You go to a store and you can buy any item there. You might not get free shipping on it because you're not a member, but you can at least buy the fucking item.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's not weird. it's totally weird that they did this, but I mean, it's a little bit of a strong arm move. I mean, it's like, you go to Prime, you go to Amazon, you expect to buy something, and the product is not available to you unless you're a Prime member. It's odd. For sure, it's odd. They're taking high value items, and that's why you see them as. And again, I don't care about any of these games that they're particularly showing, but they are games that generally sell very well. I think the idea is to sort of bully you into becoming a Prime member. It's just weird because I also think you should be a Prime member too. So I'm it's
like a no-brainer to be a Prime member. Yeah.
Right. Like, why aren't you one? Like, even if you didn't do the 2-day shipping, you get video, plus you get all the books, you get all the music, you get the 2-day free shipping. The difference between being like a Netflix member and a Prime member is so significant because it touches so many other things other than just video or just being a Spotify member and just having audio or whatever. Yep. So the value add is so high that I'm not surprised, but at the same time, it's a really weird thing to put behind a paywall like this. It's just a strange sort of, like you said, like I would never expect to go to Amazon and buy a desk even and be like, oh, I can't get this desk and I'm a Prime member. Like, that is a weird thing to do. There's no question. But I think it's just them trying to suck more people into being a Prime member. So
now the irony here is they're like, well, sorry, it's for Prime members. You can go buy it from Marketplace sellers. So really, what the smart move here would have been is if you're a Prime person, set up a Marketplace shop and be like, I'm selling GTA 5 for $65. And then as soon as someone wants it, you just order it on Prime, get it shipped to you 2 days, and then kick it out to them for $65. And now you've made money on the deal. You're making $5 every time you pull this scam off.
Right. That's true.
Now I shared that with our whole audience, and everybody's going to be doing this. But yeah, it's like drop shipping. You don't even have to have any inventory. You can get it in 2 days and send it out to them, and you're going to charge them for shipping too because you're a Marketplace. Marketplace doesn't have free shipping. It's like, no.
Yeah. So, you have $15 shipping across.
Yeah.
Make all your money on your shipping and just sell the game.
Hell, don't even charge $65. Charge $60 and just jack up the shipping. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's totally doable.
Now we all have the plan. Let's all start our Marketplace stores after the show.
They don't care, but that just goes to show how weird of a thing. Like, they're literally saying to you, we're not going to sell it to you, but we'll still sell it through here, but just not through us.
Yeah.
Like, it's
someone that's raking you over the coals for a higher price.
Right.
Buy it from them, but
for no reason.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, I haven't looked, but someone was telling me that a lot of these deals on the AAA titles, they're also a little bit cheaper through Prime. If that's the case, and I haven't looked, but if that's the case, then maybe that's the true value add. You can not only buy the AAA title, but it's at a cheaper discount.
Well, for the AAAs, you usually save $1 or $2, but for pre-orders from Prime, you save that 10%. So, yeah, just get Prime. Get Prime, you idiots.
Prime. God damn it.
Man up.
Who's the guy that actually went to buy the game who didn't have Prime in the first place?
That's the guy that had to report it to Video Gamer.
Right,
whoever.
Had to make a story out of it.
Oh my god, I tried to buy this game and then, oh my god, they said I couldn't buy it because I'm not Prime. They're like, who the fuck are you? You're not Prime? Like,
it's great if they called customer service and he's like, yeah, it's like calls Amazon. He's like, I want to buy this game, but I can't because I'm not Prime. And they're just like, okay, but why aren't you Prime? And like that's the whole customer service discussion. Like, well, I don't want to be Prime, but like, why not?
Everybody
should be Prime. Man. Everyone's Prime.
It's like paying your taxes. Just do
right. It's the American dream. Grab hold of it. Derek, what do you think about the story?
Jay, this story has me saying, what the fuck? And on that, we'll hop on over to the mailbag and voicemails. Blue Steel asks, after hearing your rave reviews of the LS30s by Lucid Sound, I decided to check them out. I love the features that they offer and the price is outstanding. My only complaint, they're only stereo headsets. Until they come out with a surround sound model, I'm going to have to pass. Is this a deal breaker for you? Well, it depends on how you currently use your headset. Do you currently have a 7.1 surround headset? Do you currently plug your headset in your controller? Do you currently count on Dolby Surround versus Dolby Digital Audio in your gaming? Because if you don't, then it's a great fucking deal.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. My big thing with this is the pricing. I think for $150, you're getting one of the best headsets you can that isn't stereo surround. I have no doubt that in the future, when they come out with a stereo surround model that is more expensive, it will also be a great unit to buy. Yep. The whole point of this device is literally the price. Yep. Outside of that, I wouldn't really worry about too much. It's a great product for the money that you're spending on it.
Yep.
That's the thing to keep in mind. If you go out and buy another a headset, you're not going to really find one of this quality for $150. It's also stereo surround. No, to me, that's the differentiator right there. So I mean, I agree.
Yeah, even if you're buying from Astro and you buy the A40s without the mix amp, you're plugging into your headset and you're getting that stereo surround. It's coming in stereo and it's using Dolby Surround to get you your surround sound. That's the same thing, and that headset is a lot more expensive than $150.
Well, I would hope that you never buy that headset and not use the mixer. That'd be weird to do.
Well, no. The A40s are actually sold without the mix amp, unless you can buy the A40s with the mix amp or without.
Yeah, but why would you buy the A40s without? I mean, I guess you're right. I never, it's funny. I never thought like that you would, because I feel like it's the point of the headset. But to that respect, if that's the case, that is a little odd. But in this case, you're spending significantly less for really then the same thing at a much lower cost. And I don't know. And
I would have to say, the quality wise, like comparing build quality and user experience, the Lucid Sound guys have the Astro guys blown out of the water, and Astro has always been
pretty damn good at it.
Yeah, they're the bar none of headsets, and the tap and the volume and the tap and the chat volume and the spins and the mutes and the light up microphone when you're muted, so you can see your mic right there and it's sticking out. It's like, oh, it's blue, I'm muted, I gotta unmute. Like they've thought of everything, and they have guys from Astro there, they have guys from Triton there, they have guys from Mad Catz there. They know what they're doing. So yeah, if you're really waiting for a discrete 7.1 surround, which for all argument's sake, in a headset, we all feel like you're getting something more than Dolby Surround out of a headset, but there's not, 7 drivers in each side of your headset. It's all playing tricks with your ears.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's the biggest thing with me, and why I've never actually bought a 5.1 or 7.1 surround sound headset. The idea of it actually makes no sense to me. I mean, I get that it's a 7.1 surround sound. It's giving that effect on your ears. And for the most part, they actually work very well. But for me, when I'm playing a video game, especially a video game, I'm one of those, I'm kind of weird, so don't take my opinion as, the best. I'm a guy that literally does what you're seeing right now. I'll throw in a one earpiece, not even two, to hear just chat and still do speakers, or even do my speakers through this. I don't really care a lot about my headset, so I am weird in that way. But therefore, I would never spend the insane amount of money for a 7.1, because I just don't
150
think the value
is right up your
there.
price point then.
Absolutely. And this is a headset I'm more than likely going to buy. So it fits me because I'm not really like, oh, I need 7.1 or else it all sounds like shit to me. Yeah. I played with far shittier. And in fact, most games I play with the sound off. So I'm really not the typical gamer in that sense. But it's if you need the 7.1, I get it. I guarantee you they'll come out with something soon.
Oh yeah.
If not this year, probably next. But for now, if you just need a great headset at $150, I think it's a good buy.
Oh no. And as far as the feel, like that plush leather, baby's ass leather on your ears, doesn't look like a giant fucking commando headset you can wear when you go to the airport or on a flight or whatever. Like, they're win-win. So I still highly recommend these. And I'm sure this is their first model. They everybody's going to enter the market somewhere. They enter with a stereo surround headset, and eventually they'll probably have a higher end one. But if you just try, if you're the guy that has the 7.1 stuff, try unplugging from there and plug it into your actual controller and see the difference between when you go direct and you go the Dolby surround for over stereo, and it's really not that much of a difference. So give it a shot, see what happens. All right. Altius asks, now that Nintendo has stated they won't be showing off anything NX related to E3, only showing Legends of Zelda Wii U, do you think this move is wise?
Not really, no. But then again, I have not thought that anything that they've done in the last 5 years has been wise.
No, they've been pretty much idiotic.
They've been pretty dumb for a while, yeah. It's kind of sad to see. I suspect, though, that the reason is that they really don't have anything to show, which is fine.
But the NX is supposed to ship this year at the holidays.
That is the odd part. Because when, if not E3, then is
when do you show this thing? Yeah, exactly.
Yes, because the whole problem is, and we're in a weird time where, again, there are a lot of conventions and probably too many. However, the focal point of gaming still does remain at E3. It still is really the thing that you look forward to that tells you about how things are going to be, even in the other conventions later in that year. Like, I'll see this at PAX when I can't go to E3, but I'll see it here.
I'll see a Tokyo Game Show. I'll see it.
Right. And so that is what's weird. If it is going to ship this year like they say, which almost leads me to believe that it's not going to because of this move, it would be really bad for them to do like a random in the middle of August. Nintendo's going to have a release thing.
This is like a Nintendo Direct Live.
Because no one will watch it. I mean, at least not enough eyeballs will be on it. No. And yes, it will disseminate across the internet and people will be aware of it. But the drive that E3 still pushes, I think, still has a lot of value.
E3 is the world stage. It's not only when gaming press covers gaming. This is when the Wall Street Journal is there. This is when the Chicago Sun-Times, the Boston Globe, the Los Angeles Times. Every TV station, normal media covers gaming 1 week a year, and that's E3. Other than that, it's lost on normal media. Like the Chicago Sun-Times isn't going to the Tokyo Game Show. They've never heard of that. They're like, what is that? Oh, I don't even know. So I think this is a huge mistake on this part. Yeah. Something is obviously not quite right with the NX where it's not showable. But on the flip side, why only show one fucking game? Like, you have more first-party games coming out for your shitty half-generation Wii U console. Plus, you have third-party games. Maybe just open up part of your booth to your third-party guys. Like, you can't just show one game and have one game playable on the show floor. That makes you no better than Joe Indie, who has his indie booth, except your booth's a bigger size and you have more stations to play the one game you're showing. I think this is a huge mistake.
Yeah, I can't see any fault in your logic. And it makes me sad because, to be honest, I have not given a shit about a game or the system for a long time. Since I bought it, I have one. It's somewhere in there, and I played Mario Kart on it, which was amazing. Actually, it was a really great game. But other than that, I haven't paid attention to it. This would have given me an opportunity to pay attention to Nintendo again. I was actually a little excited to see if they came out with something and they talked about the NX, even if it was a small tidbit of just give us a sense of what the system is going to be like.
Give some specs.
They don't have to go crazy, but a reveal to let people know. I do think it's a really bad move, unless the reason is because it is not shipping this year and we will see it at E3 next year. It's a possibility. And
that's the only thing
I
that
would
makes sense.
almost feel like it should at this point. I hope that's the case, as much as I don't want to say that because I want it to come out, but it just feels like a weird thing to do.
Yeah. So if you can't come in June for something that you're putting out in November or December, then your thing isn't ready.
Then something is wrong.
Because you should at least have your early prototype models, your first manufacturing off the line models. You can be like, this is our industrial design. What do we have to change? Like, you're going through prototype 1, prototype 2, prototype 3. Like, prototype 1 should be available at this point for you to show off. And if it's not, then you're not really coming out this year.
You know, I'm seeing like Selden and a couple others in chat saying like they have all these other means. So even if, let's say, like they do a demo on Regis and Kathy Lee or whatever, the stupid show, that is a very small section of population. E3, like Derek said, is mass media at the same time as gaming media. It is the most exposure. And here's the other thing. They don't have to have a booth. We've already proven this. They've proven this. They can literally host it wherever the fuck they want. They can even do their lame-ass streaming thing that they did a couple years back. The point is that they just need the eyeballs on them at this point because all eyeballs are on them at this point. It just feels like the investment level is actually relatively small for them to get the word out about this system that they want to sell to the mass market. It's just
they're already paying for the fucking booth.
Right. Exactly. Right. They're there. Right. It's not like they're not there. They're there. Yep. So now you're there and you're not going to use that opportunity to do a mass media exposure. It seems odd. It seems odd.
Yeah. Spend all that money to sell those 20 copies of the Zelda game to the 20 guys that have Wii U's. Yeah.
Agreed.
All right. Well, great question, Altius. Got us fired up as always. Give us a call if you have questions or awesome shit like this, like Altius or Blue Steel, 773-527-2961. Email us at podcast@toolplay.com. You can also comment this episode's thread in the Tool to Play homepage. And sponsors. Remember, by supporting our sponsors, you help support Still Got Game. We got ThinkGeek. Everybody knows ThinkGeek. When you want to shop at ThinkGeek, instead of going to thinkgeek.com, go to toolplay.com/geek. Craft Beer Club. Everybody loves craft beer. Sometimes you want a beer of a month club. You want it for 1 month. You want it for 3. You want it for a year. However you want it. You want to give it to someone. You want it for yourself. If you want some free pint glasses with it, go to toolplay.com/beer and order that way. And that helps the show. So toolplay.com/geek, toolplay.com/beer, and hook us up. If you like sponsor us, give us a call, 773-527-2961. Email us podcast@toolplay.com. You tell us you're selling, we'll take you past. We'll sell it you past. Boom, done! Twitter us up. You can find everything Tool Play related, twitter.com/tool to play. Everything podcast related, twitter.com/still_got_game. King of the internet. Got everything that's fucking holy at twitter.com/Derek Nolan.
You can find me at twitter.com/dude.rock.
And Tiff, who is somehow fucking absent, is at twitter.com/electrify.
She just got up and left.
Yeah. Hits at twitter.com/i6hitman. Facebook the fuck out of us. Facebook.com/tool to play. Facebook.com/Derek Nolan.
Facebook.com/dude.rock.
Facebook.com/Tiff A. Nolan, who's fucking slacking so fucking hard at this point in the show. And hit your Facebook.com/i6hitman. Yep, giving us the head shake. We have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/tool to play. That's the place to find all of Tool to Play's archive video content, whether it's this show, whether it's live game streams, whether it's hits, quick hits. That, granted, now the audience has reached out to you. I know you. That's why you're smiling now, because they cannot handle not having quick hits. Like, people have reached out to you via PM. They've mentioned you. They've mentioned the show. It's gone viral. So, when is Quick Hits coming back? And it's overdue. So that will be back on our YouTube channel once Hit brings it back. And in the after show, Hit can give us his 6-month plan for Quick Hits and what he's planning on for that. So that's coming up shortly. So stay tuned. In 5 minutes, Hit will give us a 20-minute dissertation on Hit's Quick Hits. Please rate and review this podcast on iTunes. We need some 5-star reviews. We need some comments. So go there, click the 5 stars, write something nice, and we will love you forever. We love you long time. We have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/tool2play. That is where Tool to Play does all of our live streaming of all of our shows and all of our video game broadcasts. So you go there. There's a follow button. Follow us on Twitch. You'll be notified whenever we go live. There's also a subscribe button. Click the subscribe button, and that is how you can directly support the show. So click subscribe. You support us. Helps us out. Helps you out. We're pals. Like, hey, subscriber, high five. Yeah, it's all good. So, yeah, go there. Do that. Follow if you must. Subscribe if you can. And before we wrap up, I want to remind you can join us each and every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, twitch.tv/duelplay. And that, we'll wrap this fucking episode up. I am Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
I am Joel Dude I Rock Albert.
Stay tuned for a special episode of Hits Quick Hits.